Peace, family. This is Lions Den with another news and commentary. This is a really sad story out of Indiana. A black baby has been beaten, bruised up at a daycare, and now the parents of baby Jesse is planning to file a lawsuit against their daycare. So I'm going to go ahead and play this video, and I'm going to give you the rest of my commentary.
Two Indianapolis parents are now suing a daycare owner and a worker after their baby was seriously hurt while in their care.
You probably remember that really disturbing picture of baby Jesse's injuries from back in April. Now, 2.5 months later, his parents say they still don't have answers.
Our Matt McCutcheon is in studio with us this morning. Matt, that daycare and the worker were actually cleared of any criminal charges, I recall.
Correct. So now they may be facing money they may have to pay because this is a civil suit and there will not be any jail time in this case if this goes forward. Now, we are learning that this morning that that money could be used for hospital bills for Jesse Harris, known by the community as Baby Jesse. Today, he looks like any normal, happy 1-year-old, but getting here has really been a struggle. You see, just shy of 3 months ago, something happened at daycare that left his face looking like this, bloodied and bruised. And it's still really a mystery this morning what happened several months ago. Now, the daycare said a child hit him, a story his parents have never bought.
It's hard, man. Like, every time I look at the daycare, I replay the memories of when I picked up my son and him crying and stuff. And it's just like a nightmare.
Now he have an anger that he never had. And, like, he was strictly a happy baby. Like, I'm telling you, he didn't cry. He was the perfect baby.
Come on.
Now, as they continue to adjust to their new normal, here's some context on how this all started. Baby Jesse was badly hurt at that daycare back here on April 30th. The state ordered an emergency closure order of that daycare, Kitty Garden, on East 38th Street the very next day. Then the next day after that, on May 2nd, after spending 2 days in the hospital, baby Jesse would be released from the hospital and return home. Then on May 10th, the prosecutor announced no criminal charges in the case, and that has all led up to the family filing that lawsuit on July the 11th. Of course, we'll keep following what happens and bring you the fresh details just as soon as we learn more now about this lawsuit. Ben?
Sure, much more to go on this, Matt. Thank you.
Here's the question I had to ask that. Why was the people responsible being charged for this? You know, it happened, it happened on April 30th. The incident happened on April 30th. But the people that was responsible hadn't been charged with assault or neglect, nothing. And so my thing is that what really, really upsets me is that you see people that you trusted to take care of their child at a daycare, at a kindergarten, and all of a sudden you have bruises, you got scratches, you got busted busted face, all baby Jesse. And of course, even though that the people hasn't been charged, at the same time, and I'm glad that Jesse's parents is filing a lawsuit against this daycare, because they is supposed to help responsible for this child. Now, that little boy, you see that little boy, he seems pretty happy. He's a happy little kid, happy little child. And then it took that incident at a daycare for basically change everybody's mind, including when I saw this video, I was kind of upset. I was kind of blown. Like, why in the world you let these people out? They need to be charged and remain in jail. But again, it shows that criminal justice system is never for us. And obviously that right there is the perfect example of it. See, he is a little boy. He's a baby. Why would you allow a child, it really doesn't matter what color the person is. Just take a look at the child you have. What makes anybody put any hands on that child and then decide not to seek criminal charges against that? Something ain't right here. And all of a sudden it shows that it really, really burns me up, because obviously you have fathers out there, you have mothers out there that love their kids. They trust they trust people at the daycare to take care of that child. And then you come out picking them up and they end up like that. And I'm just basically surprised that they're not even remain in jail when the trial comes. And they just let them go. So I'm very furious about this. This is so outrageous. And I hope that the parents will seek millions of dollars out of this. Because this is ridiculous of how they treat baby Jesse. And any of you who are a parent that trust daycares to take care of their child, and then all of a sudden when you pick the child up and looks bruises, what would you do? What would your reaction would be? I would be. I mean, if I was that child's father, I would be furious. And again, like I said, I'm glad they plan to file a lawsuit against that daycare. And even though the state closed that daycare, even though they shut down the daycare, the people that's responsible for this is still free. No criminal charges, nothing. So what do you want to tell them now? That it's okay to beat up an innocent child? And then you close down the daycare that's responsible, but not the people that's held responsible for this. You let them go. And then all of a sudden, it's like they didn't do nothing wrong. See, nah. I don't know what's going on in the state of Indiana that you allow the people that's responsible for this injured or hurt this little baby. I would have been furious. And it's unacceptable. And I'm glad that the parents of the child is seeking legal action on this, seeking damages, because this is outrageous. Any child, especially baby Jesse, don't deserve anything like that. Well, leave me a comment. Tell me what you think about the story. Share this video. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribe to my Black Johnson channel. And subscribe to my reaction channel for all the news and commentary. With that being said, this is Elias Den signing off. Deuces.